beautiful Amsterdam with Tokenpay. Derek Capo, how are you doing?
Great, great. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Right, you're the Capo, the crypto, or?
No, just just building stuff. That's all, really. Yeah.
Tokenpay, perhaps for the wider audience, perhaps you can tell something about what is it?
Sure. So basically, we're a blockchain project that started in December 2017. We did a token sale, got about 2,000 Bitcoin back then. With that, we actually Tokenpay Swiss AG bought a stake in a bank, 9.9%. With that, we did a few partnerships. One of the partnerships with Verge, with Pornhub. The other one was with the Litecoin Foundation, which we actually gave them our stake and then bought an additional stake. So both Tokenpay Swiss AG and Litecoin Foundation have 9.9% stake in this bank in Germany. Yeah. Many people ask, why are we doing this? People are always saying, well, the whole purpose of crypto is to be anti-bank, and the reality is, no, you still need a banking infrastructure. The goal is to kind of put it all together and make a whole ecosystem. So part of it with us is to have a merchant services platform, kind of like PayPal with crypto.
Small businesses.
Correct. So we're targeting small businesses and potentially some large businesses. Then we also have EFIN, which is our decentralized exchange. If you want to put it in a bucket, that would be our financial division of this business. And then the second division, which we're working on, is the human capital part, where we see millennials accepting crypto as a form of payment for services rendered. And so we're going to work on a website called earner.com to allow people to earn stuff. And then the other division is more branding, where we get retail stores to start accepting crypto using TPay as the denomination of the currency on that website. So we see this as a long-term game, infrastructure play, in many ways for us to participate in the growth of crypto. So yeah.
And the function of TPay is like a utility token, eh? I mean.
Yeah, correct. So it's a utility token in the network. Obviously, people can use it as a payment services rendered. Obviously, there's something there. But the goal is that our blockchain is real. It's not ERC20. We have open ledger, so you can do regular retail transactions on it, and you can track it. But we also have a privacy feature. And those privacy features are that every transaction is using Tor, so it blocks our IP address. It's kind of like stuffing your cash in a shoe, but everybody knows that there's cash in a shoe. The goal is to avoid that, we don't think it's right for people to know that. Then there's the ability for me to send you a transaction without anybody in the world knowing that I sent you the transaction. We think
zero knowledge.
Yeah, it's a zero. Yeah, the technology that's used behind it, because in the technology world you have to use encrypted stuff, right? And zero knowledge proof is definitely one of them. Ring signatures is one of them. And then you have other levels like ring CT is what really stands for is ring confidential transactions. Why do we do that? It's the same thing as cash. You pay me to paint your house, and I receive that cash. Obviously I should report that to the government, but that's my choice per se. So I take that burden. But if I want to pay a babysitter in cash, that's basically what's happening. So you can still do these private transactions, but does these entities have to know? Yes, they should. That's your responsibility as a citizen to report that. But the reality is a lot of our economy, whether it's people who work as babysitters, painters, or whatever, they're still doing stuff in cash. So this is just a digital version of cash.
And is Tokenpay also like a crypto bank? Can I put my crypto at your bank and get interest, or?
Yeah, the goal with this bank, we're advising this bank. So what's happening is that Tokenpay Swiss AG has 9.9% stake in this bank, but we don't control this bank. The goal is to eventually have control, but what we're doing is advising the CEO of a platform and strategy of what we're doing. And one of those ideas is to have a crypto bank where you can store your coins with the bank, so that there is a custodial service. And the long-term vision is that you'll be able to use that crypto to buy other assets all over the world, whether it's real estate, whether it's a mortgage debt. Imagine if you have people actually buying people's mortgage debt. The reality is that you can actually de-risk all of the banks worldwide by not allowing them to hold loans. You can actually put it to the people to decide what's the right interest rate to charge. It's kind of interesting thought process, but the people actually collectively make better financial decisions collectively than one entity making the decision. Sure. So like if you have property prices, let's say you're in Spain and you're a bank and you're issuing out loans, believe it or not, they issue loans between, let's say, 6% and 9%. But chances are that person that's borrowing money shouldn't be getting at 6%, because maybe they're very risk takers and maybe the rest of the world says, no way, we should give them 6. We'll give them 9%. And maybe that person won't have as much debt because it's 9%, which means that you're reducing risk in the system.
True.
You know, so if you do a crypto bank that's also community based and you have community platforms, you're actually able to really change the banking infrastructure for the better, believe it or not.